Thank you to all of you for this attending this meeting and this press conference after the fourth meeting of the Foreign Affairs Ministers in a week. Look, everybody perceives that we are in unprecedented times, that we are living a historic moment. And I know that the word historic is often overused and abused, but this is certainly, at that moment, a historic moment for two reasons. First, because it's the first time since the end of the Second World War that a military power invades another sovereign state in violation of the international rule. And secondly, because Europeans has been reacting in a way that has surprised a lot of people, to start with the Russians themselves. And it's often said that the most important advances in the European construction are made through crisis, or during the crisis, or due to the crisis. And I believe that maybe we are in one of these moments, when a crisis allow us to advance, leap forward, and another taboo has fallen these days. The taboo that the European Union cannot use their resources to provide arms to a country who is being aggressed by others. Yes, they are unprecedented times, because the war is back in our borders, and that's why it is a defining moment for the European history. A page of the history has been turned, and we have been working around the clock during those days. And I am proud to see that the European Union has been able to show its capacity to deliver, to help its neighbors, with the idea of urgency. This is good, to be able to deliver with the idea of urgency when one of our neighbors and partners is being invaded by Russia. During the weekend, we have been working very hard, and we want to take some decisions that should be in place, agreed, and legal act, implementing them before tomorrow, when the central banks will restart working. And today we have taken, well, this was an informal meeting. You know that it doesn't take specific decisions, concrete actions, provides political agreements that they will be converted on legal instruments and precise and concrete decisions by written procedure on the following hours. But the Council has been given his assessment, his support, his political agreement for a package of support of the Ukrainian armed forces, for new sanctions, for diplomatic engagements in order to isolate Russia, for measures to support Ukraine and the region, and measures to counter disinformation. Not bad. And since there is a fully fledged war in Ukraine, and we want to do everything to support Ukraine, we have decided to use our capacities to provide arms, lethal assistance to the Ukrainian army by a value of 450 million of support package and 50 more millions for the non-lethal supplies, fuel, protective equipment. All this will be covered by our European Peace Facility and Intergovernmental Fund. And this is the first time in the history that we will be doing that. And everybody agreed, or at least not obstruct this decision. I want also to thank Poland, who has offered to serve as a logistic hub for the transfer of this assistance, this material assistance, to Ukraine, because now we have approved the financing. Tomorrow the defense ministers will meet in order to coordinate how do we convert this financing into material and how this material is being transported to the front line, to the Ukrainian armed forces fighting against the Russian invasion. Thanks to Poland to serve as a hub, and we will also work to enhance the cyber defense of Ukraine. On sanctions, we have agreed to increase the peoples and entities that are going to be subject to restrictive measures. The full list will be finished by the repair and published tomorrow. This includes Russian oligarchs and businessmen whose listing carries huge economic impact, and political figures who hold key role of the Putin system in Russia, both the ones who disseminate propaganda, propagandists, and military. In addition, we have decided to close the European Union airspace to the Russian aircraft. Not a single Russian aircraft will be able to land or take off from the European Union airfields. And in accordance with the agreements that President von der Leyen already anticipated yesterday, after working with the G7 members, we are taking a package of measures that the Council has approved with some questions about the scope, but full support to these measures who are really effectively cripple the Russian financial market.